All right. And I can't believe I missed that double bottom opportunity right there. Well, honestly, let me see if it even lined up. Cause man, that sucks. I don't know. It didn't even run liquidity or nothing. It just straight up bounced there, dude. Straight up bounced. And of course, that shit happens over a freaking night, man. Like all the good price action is happening overnight. Good price action is happening overnight. Mhm. I mean, unless we get a double bottom retest and then a move up. Hey, yo, what's up, JT? Yeah, I started the stream a little bit early today because I'll be ending it at 9 o'clock. I have an appointment at 9:45, so I wanted to at least come on stream for at least an hour, kind of get everything straight, do the orb, so we can at least get an hour, and then I gotta go to an appointment at 9:45. I don't like missing streaming. I don't like that. So, mm. But how you doing this morning? It's like, oh, man, I missed a great pullback opportunity on gold last night. Of course, this thing happened at 10 o'clock. Well, actually, shit, I wasn't paying attention to gold when this pullback happened. I wish I was paying attention to it. This thing happened at like 8 o'clock. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to gold. This is a nice pullback trade into support. Nice pullback trade into support right there. And we just had a nice move up. I missed two good trades on gold last night, man. I missed the open because I was looking for this move right here, and then I missed the follow up move right here. Yo, I appreciate that, JT. You know, honestly, shit, I missed it. It missed me by a couple of ticks. Yo, when I saw that Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, "Oh shit, I got filled, man. This thing straight up missed me." It literally double bottom. I didn't expect it to literally double bottom at that low right there. I should have what I probably should have did in this situation was I probably should have just started the position at the double bottom and then have a scale in. I might just start doing that actually moving forward. Cause there were, I mean, especially when you have lows on the ES that break structure to the upside, it is highly likely that when price comes back, it sweeps the liquidity underneath that low, and then we have a second leg from it. And that is very notorious. That's like a 80% trade on ES. You just have to wait for it and be confident in it. So when I saw it this morning, I was like, damn it, I should have just took the double bottom like I initially thought, but I'll take this as a lesson learned and do it next time. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you prefer to trade the ES over the Nasdaq, uh, a lot of tips and tricks on the ES. ES is very structure heavy. Unlike the Nasdaq, where where you saw the Nasdaq play around the orb. When it comes to range breakouts on the ES, you can rest assured that it's going to continue. You can rest assured, and especially if the EMAs are in agreement, you can rest assured that the orb is going to stay outside the range, and the first test of that range bottom would have been the money trade. I mean, technically, I guess if I mean this was a break, they came back and sold the retest, and that's where we actually got the break out of the range. So, what I think is going to probably happen today is that we're going to come right back into this range, and the bears are going to sell the top of this range, and that's why I have my orders already resting up here already. That's the bet I'm going to make today is that they're going to sell the top of this range. And we can probably get a decent move back down. We'll see though. We'll see. Yeah, yeah. The ES is definitely. I mean, if you need to work on your patience, yeah, it's the ES because she will test your patience for sure. Um, you know, there's been times where she'll miss this entry right here, and it looks like I missed the entire move, and I removed my orders just for it to come back, fill the orders, and then actually make the real move. So yeah, being patient, that's definitely uh that's definitely crucial. And yeah, on last night's trade, I only got this order filled right here. And once it tapped into this range, it broke structure to the downside. So I only lost 10 points on two micro contracts, which that's not nothing to cry over. But this is Tom Sabo. I'll check it out. Check him out. But yeah, so yeah, you definitely have to be very patient in these markets because right now because of the summer months, there's a actually we was actually trading with a lot of volume yesterday. Uh, the Nasdaq was trading over 1 million contracts, and the ES was trading over 500,000 contracts, which um is a lot more volume than usual. We just actually stepped into earnings season. We started earnings. So this week's we had the semiconductor and we had some banks report earnings. So we'll see what happens next week. I think we have Netflix reporting today or tomorrow. Let's actually see if I can find like a Let me see if I can find the earnings whisper calendar or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, we started earnings this week, so we all know that the volatility is going to be there. There it is. All right, 7 a.m. Yeah, so open in the browser. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we have ASML this morning. We have Netflix after the close. We have TSMC uh at the open. Johnson and Johnson, that baby oil. I'm pretty sure the stock flew up once Diddy got a quit, or I don't know, he didn't get acquitted. He just found not guilty on the more serious charges. Uh, yeah, I think that's all we got for the Nasdaq. But obviously we got all the banks. Usually the first weeks is all the banks, and I guess what that shows is the strength of the economy, I mean, with credit and stuff like that. Uh, hold on, give me a second. Mm. Your peanuts. All right. Shit, my bad, guys. Hey, yo, what's up, Investor Z? All right. All right. Oh. Hey, can you take that away from her? Who stop touching my stuff? Anyway. Oh, that's cute. Okay. But man, I wish I kind of set a limit here last night. That would have been beautiful. I was actually thinking about setting a limit here last night, but it would have went against my damn position. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna will this into existence, and I should have did it. I should have freaking did it. It pulled right back into this range from last week. So the one thing that I've learned, and I've seen a lot of people say that or when I first started, a lot of, well, maybe at one point in time it maybe was true. So I guess I'll start by saying that. But through my own back testing, and I find that previous data, structure from previous sessions, ranges that were created from previous sessions, they do tend to work when they are tested in the future if they haven't been tested previously. This range that the market bounced from started all the way from July 11th. So that was what, last week. This is where that range came from. And this is the range that I was looking for the market to come back in and react to, because we had the market uh, bounce into this range, find support, break down from this range, and then break out above this range. And once you see the market break out, this tells me that there was enough buyers here in this range for to not only break structure to the upside, but to create all-time highs. So with that information, I've noticed that there was no retest in this area. So we don't. I don't necessarily respect a reversal on the retest, but what I do expect is for unfilled buy orders to be resting here when price comes and pulls right back into this range, and we see that move back up to the upside. And that's why I always advocate about that pullback trade, because it's such a beautiful trade. It's the money trade. If you're patient enough to wait for that pullback, you will get paid. It's just that you have to be patient. That's the equivalent exchange in this trade. Uh, everybody, I guess a popular term is the break and retest, which I mean is clear and it's simple. But now I understand why it works, and that's the only trade that I try to only trade. Now, uh, I try to find other highly probable setups, but this one right here is probably the highest one. It's like an S tier god level trade setup right here. Um the double tops and double bottoms, depending on the context of the market, is a great follow-up trade. Sometimes you can get the market to double top and double bottom. Sometimes, depending on the context of the market, as I said, but sometimes. I think the trend line trade is probably number 3. On the ES and gold, you can start a position at the trend line. On Nasdaq, you're gonna have to wait for the tomfoolery. You're gonna have to wait for the bullshit to happen, because the Nasdaq knows that a trend line is definitely an area of easy liquidity to swipe. Like in this situation right here, Like let's just say that you're a bear. You saw the breakdown of the trend line, and you got aggressive at the trend line, and then it went down far enough to get you convinced that you were right, and then it closed right back above the trend line. The bears got aggressive. They sold it again, and unfortunately for the bears here, not only did the bears that got aggressive at these lows got stopped out, but to add insult to injury, the Nasdaq once again broke the trend line, and then we got that breakdown. And this is why I say that you just have to be careful with trend line trades on the Nasdaq because they're just not reliable. They're not consistent. They'll work every once in a while, but they're definitely not consistent at all. But you can definitely get a trend line trade, a trend channel trade on the ES and be confident that it's going to work every time. Like this right here. Actually, draw this. You can always be confident that the trend line on the ES will always be accurate. You got one, two, you got the Bulls failing to hold. They break above and they pull right back to the trend line exactly to the T, and we got the drop. And now we got price breaking above that trend line. So I honestly would not be surprised if we actually see price find support right here on the ES. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, shit, if we get the pullback. But we're starting to open. Let's actually get the data ready. Let's see. Let's get the data ready. All right. So about 8:35 seconds to the 8:30 open. All right. So 8:30. So right now 292. So we're back to starting the session off with 292,000 contracts. All right. Yeah, I know who that is. I actually used to oh shit, look at that. Look at that drop. God damn. Look at that. Yeah, that's actually when I was trading options, that's actually one of the guys that I was watching him and Carmine. Him, Carmine, and what was his name? Trading Wars. Those were the only three people that I would watch on when I was trading options. And yeah, Vincent always talked about the break and retest trade. You know, at the time when I was watching it, I was like, man, that's easy. I don't believe it. I don't believe in that. And boy, was I wrong though. Boy, was I wrong because that trade is definitely legit. Yeah, JT, dude. It did not. It's because honestly, until it's one of those things where it's like until you do it yourself, you just won't understand it. They were literally kind of being very straightforward with how to be profitable, but because you didn't know how to do it, it's like what someone can tell you how to fish. It doesn't mean that you can get out there and be a damn pro fisher. You have to go out there and do it yourself. And then the information that, a professional or someone with experience, when they give you tips and tricks, it's just like, oh yeah, that does make sense. And trading is I guess they say trading is like fishing. I guess now, huh? It's starting to make sense now. Okay. Okay. I just had an aha moment, a light bulb moment. No wonder why they say trading is like fishing because it doesn't make sense unless you go out there and do it yourself. Huh. Okay. All right. Oh shit, look at that. Look at that. I see you, twin. I see you. Yeah, trading wars. So yeah, honestly, now that I understand so I was a part of his Discord for like a while, and I didn't understand that whole opening range because he was actually doing the opening range with Spy, and I didn't understand what the hell he was doing. I was just kind of following his signals because I just wanted to become profitable trading Spy, and it's interesting how life is such a circle. Life is definitely a circle. When I was trading options here, Vincent was telling me about the break and retest trades. I didn't believe it. Trading Wars was using the orb every morning, and I didn't realize it. I still have my Carmine access, and here I am now doing the same thing because now I understand why it works. Life is such a circle, man. So we're getting a drop on the Nasdaq, but we're not getting that on the ES. We are not getting it on the ES. Yep. And yeah, you know what, JT? So kind of going back to what you said earlier about the streaming. I keep telling Alfred he needs to start streaming too. But I said the same things, man. I made the excuses, and once I get on Top Step TV, I'm gonna tell him the story because it was. I've already shared this story, but the reason why I started streaming or got into it with Smith is because we were talking about it. We was like, oh man, we should do it. I mean, we have the skills to do it. I mean, with these guys that don't really know how to trade and we know how to trade, we can actually be a part of this space. And it was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then as I was thinking about it, I had this idea. I went to Top Step, or when this was when Top Step I guess was getting bigger. They made the changes, and I saw that their CL, their energy chat, like nobody would say anything in that chat. That chat was fucking dead. I told myself that if I can bring this chat back to life, then I will start streaming. Because my thought process at the time was that, well, if I can't go into a forum and start a conversation, how can I have a conversation over the internet? And I guess at the time, now that I really think about it, I think I saw it as an impossible task to use as an excuse not to start streaming. And what I did was I had a simple strategy. I would post my charts, I will say what I was looking for every day, and I would post the results. And I did that every day. And then one person responded and said, "Hey, nice trade." And I kept doing it. I kept doing it, and more people started to have a conversation in that chat to the point to where now it is to where it is now. And once I achieved that, that voice in your head was like, "Oh shit, I didn't think he was going to actually do it." But then I made a promise. I said, "Well, I got to start streaming." And Smith started it. I was in the back. I was the just the extra voice in the background at first, and then now here I am streaming. So yeah. So when I get on Top Step, I'm gonna tell them that story, and I want some. They're gonna thank me. Damn it, they're gonna thank me. And shit, my trading partner was the first person that they talked about because Smith was on a roll over there at Top Step. Smith was on a roll. He was at the time he was their highest paid trader. He was number one. They wanted Smith to be on Top Step TV, but for whatever reason, he chose not to do it. On their first episode of Top Step TV, our boy Smith got invited to be on their first episode, but he didn't do it. He should have did it. And so it's interesting how Top Step was a part of both of our starts or at the beginning for us. And yet I can't even bring myself to even buy a Top Step account right now. Not because I think it's bad, it's just because I think it's expensive compared to other options. Mm. I mean, shit, $150 to get a $50 account, and then you got to pay $150 to activate that account. That's expensive. If they had a $50 activation fee, it would make sense. Like it just makes sense to have a $50 activation fee for a $50 account. But that's just too expensive, and I can't bring myself to buy it. Yeah, I say you never pass. Oh well, I mean, well, you're in the right place, man. You're gonna. I mean, if you stay here long enough, and especially now that I've made the decision to trade responsibly while on stream, you're gonna pass. Especially, I mean, with this orb. I mean, well, if you're gonna take an orb, it's the ES. Taking the orb on the ES is probably the best way to do it. The ES is I think the orb is probably designed more for the ES and the Nasdaq, in my opinion. But I'm looking for a orb breakout to the upside because price is above all the EMAs. If we do get a dip, I think it's going to be a small little, and then we're going to probably see a move up to the upside. We probably might get price to retest the bottom of this trend line that's coming down, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I think gold is actually so with smaller accounts. I feel that gold is probably the best option for smaller accounts. You really, I mean, because of the risk to reward on gold. If you're trading in the middle of gold, you're just going to get chopped up. If you stick to the edges of gold, you can definitely make a lot of money with little to no risk. The current strategy that I'm running on gold now is such an over exaggerated stop. It's a 5 point stop, and well, actually, I'm thinking about keeping it at 5 points, but I may just keep it at a 45 tick stop. Yeah, so yeah, gold is very straightforward. It's very straightforward. You don't get any more straightforward in trading than this. 9 points. I only look for 9 points, which is easily obtainable. And you trade with the trend. I mean, it's so straightforward. You really have to fuck up with gold. You really do. If you're trading in the middle, you're not going to get the results that you think you're going to get. Gold is gold trades like the ES but moves like the NQ. You can see that it's structure, and then once you get a break of structure, then you'll start to see price move a little bit. But she's definitely a structural instrument, and you really don't need that much risk to trade her. Overall, the market is in a downtrend, so the shorts will probably be a better option to look for. until we see the market. Mm. And I find that that gold loves fib levels, man. She will respond at fib levels from. I mean, this I got fibs drawn out from, I guess, what, 2 or 3 days ago, and she's still respecting the fibs. I mean, gold is really good at that, and that's why I really enjoy trading gold on smaller accounts. Hey, yo, what's up, game weight? Okay, traders say you don't feel like or you don't think so. I'm thinking that we'll probably get the market to trade back up into the range, the orb pie from yesterday, if we do get it. I do think that we could potentially see a I mean, if we get back into this area, maybe 315, 312, 315, we'll probably see a slight rejection on the ES. Hmm. Oh. But we're definitely gonna have to see. Looks like, let's see if the Nasdaq is actually going to hold this range. All right, so we got one more 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds. Hmm. Yeah, we might actually get the market to chop. The market's going to probably chop today because we're going back to the regular 380. Okay, so 380,000. Yeah, so yesterday we had above the average so far. And we started at 292,000, and right now we're at 380,000. So we could see this chop a little bit. We could see a chop. That's definitely a low volume start. All right, so let's see if we'll get a range break low. you know, I got my secret. I got my secret farming account out here, making sure I'm manipulating the market and keeping it where I wanted to have it at. It does. I do agree with you, Cave Trader, on the Nasdaq though. This definitely feels bearish. The Nasdaq is really good at making you feel like this thing can pop though, because right now it feels like this thing could pop, but I know better. I know better right now. You got price grinding to the downside. We did just tap into a previous. We did tap into this range though. Hey, good morning, Santiago. Hey, did you take profits on that position yesterday? I was thinking about you when I saw the charts last night. Were you able to take profits on that position or take something? Yeah, I kind of knew better. But I also know that the market ain't about to. Well, I guess we'll see. Guess we'll see. We'll see if we'll get that a small profit. Hey, it's better than a loss because shit, the market was being absolutely crazy yesterday. All right, so it looks like we got a breakout from the ES. Got the close, but thank you, baby. Go to your mom. Anyway, I don't like that this support trend line is in the way, or this resistance trend line. We got to break from it. We kind of have to give the bulls the benefit of the doubt, but this would have been a successful breakout. A 10 points would be shit right at the trend line. No shit. 10 points would have been right at the trend line. Oh, you saw you didn't trade yesterday? You're walking away from the charts more. Was is this decision based on what happened with your TPT accounts? Because if it's so, then I definitely understand. It took one session with the Nasdaq to just make me realize that it's like, man, you know what, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. That one session where the market was just being absolutely crazy and not going anywhere. All right, so we got the break from the Nasdaq. We got the break. Hmm. We got the 21 suggesting that if it retests, man, I don't know. Got the break though. You're good on, and that's exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Alfred is the pusher, but I tell Alfred the same thing. Like, man, it's discouraging. That trailing drawdown is defeating. Not necessarily defeating, but it's just discouraging because all it takes is one wrong move and it just add to the chaos. You're trying to get your money back, but you're being punished for profits you didn't take. Uh, and then it's expensive. The account itself is expensive, and then we're not just talking about monetarily expensive. It's mentally expensive. You have to trade what at least 5 or 7 days before you're even able to get into the account. So they're slowing you down with the a consistency rule. You have to. Well, I don't know if it's a consistency rule on the eval side, but you have to trade at least. Well, let's look at that. I mean, I'm pretty sure Alfred will correct me, but 5 or 7 trading days. I'm not sure which one. Okay. All right, come in. Anyway, so it's just expensive. The price, the mental resources, the anxiety, all that is just expensive just for you to go into the funded side. Yeah, it's too expensive for me. And that's why I'm not even gonna put myself in a situation like that because I already know all it takes is one situation and it's completely done. Completely done. Hmm. You like TBT better? Yeah, the well, what is it about TBT do you like? I mean, I'm gonna make the assumption it's the daily payouts. I think that's what everybody likes about TPT is the daily payouts. Speaking of daily payouts, so that scam firm, you profit or you don't profit, you don't profit. I looked at their website the other day and what a coincidence. The prices went down and because you can't I mean, how do you think you can run a business scamming your customers and thinking that anybody is going to buy any of your accounts? I mean, if you share your experience, I mean, not only do they scam you, or during that period where they were scamming people, if you shared your story and they in their Discord, they literally banned you and talking about you're spreading misinformation. Motherfucker, I'm talking about what the hell happened to me. And everybody is saying the same thing. So what the fuck you talking about? Spreading misinformation. And that's why everybody went on Trustpilot. You can't ban nobody from Trustpilot. Anyway, once they did it to me, and I was a real advocate for you don't profit, man. It was my first firm that I've received a payout from. They had daily payouts at one point when they had the female CEO. Uh, I've made so not a lot of money, but I've had plenty of payouts from you profit. I really enjoy trading with them. It's just for whatever reason they decided to not be trustworthy. I think they were getting rid of their swing accounts and they wouldn't allow any swing accounts to be rebuilt. I mean, instead of just saying, you know what, moving forward, we're not going to allow the swing accounts to be rebuilt. They had to lie and say that, oh, we couldn't charge your card, so it had to close out the account. Mind you, they closed out the account literally the day of the subscription renewal. So it's like, you know what? If you're just gonna lie and scam, well, then we can never do business ever again. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people had that same sentiment because them prices, them prices tell it all. And then now they're talking about, yeah, we just easy payouts, easy paths. And like, no one cares about that shit now. No one cares about that shit now. You should have been doing that shit before. Now you don't got no customers. I don't see any influencers promoting you don't profit. They're not even in the conversation anymore. And they used to be. They used to be in the yeah, they're still in business. This prop firm, so they're getting most of their customers because they serve I think it's everybody's in South America. So so they're serving people in that area, like Brazil and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken. I gotta look at it again. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. Actually, let me just ask. That's why they have an English and a Spanish version. Uh, which But yeah, they scammed our boy gain weight. They said that he made it like what they say gain weight. They said that you made it unfair for other market participants, and I was like, what? What? He's taking up all the sim money, and that's unfair. Yeah, gang wheel out here making it unfair for other traders. He was making it unfair for other traders. Okay, so yeah, I was correct. Uh, yeah, so it says South America appears to be the key and leading region for you profit customers. Okay, yeah. So they're so they probably don't have a big US based customer base anymore, but they're serving a part of the world where probably a lot of the other prop firms don't. And that's their only option. And that's probably what's keeping them in business. But you're not gonna scam people and think that you're gonna get away with it and have a customer base. And I mean you're already sharing market share with 10 million other firms. And once it gets out that you scam people and that you don't pay out, especially if you make them have to follow a consistency rule. And we all know that every trade comes with anxiety. We all know that. And we have to battle through that as traders and own and trade our strategies just for you to get to the finish line and it says, oh yeah, no, you broke a rule 10 10 trading sessions ago. So not only are we going to deny your payout, but we're going to close out your account. Yeah, you don't keep customers like that. I don't know who told you that, but they found out the hard, or I guess they're finding it out the hard way. Oh yeah, I definitely was. Cause I mean shit, that was my home. That was before they became who they were. And that was my home for sure. Well, I guess that range breakout to the downside definitely worked. You know, honestly, I just I didn't trust it this time. I mean, gain weight. How can you beat a swing account? They were the only firm that allowed you to swing throughout the week. You can't beat an account like that. It was a really great account. They had the best product in the game, and I think that's why they had to start doing that because it was too good. You give people the power to swing accounts, and now I mean it was a you can hold a position the entire week. Shit, it was too good. It was the closest thing to a real account that any firm was offering. The closest thing. You had a static drawdown, and it was a static drawdown, and you could swing it. I mean, it was literally a personal account if you took it seriously. Of course, I was trading the Nasdaq as it was shooting up 10 million points, so I would never take profits. I would never take profits. I would never take profits. I would have the price come all the way back down to my break even after being up 500-600 points, thinking like, dude, this thing could be like 1,000 points. I would, but all right, guys. Unfortunately, I got to end the stream here. I wish I could stay. I got an appointment in the next 45 minutes, so I actually got to get to that. So we'll definitely be here later on tonight, and we'll definitely look for more opportunities to earn some more money. And with that said, peace out, everybody.